All right. So George, here's the fact we're using, right? We're using the fact that perpendicular lines make 90-degree angles, right? And perpendicular lines have slopes that are negative reciprocals, right? So what we're doing is we're counting the slope from each of the points on our shape to the center of rotation, and we're taking the negative reciprocal to find the slope of what would be the perpendicular line and counting that from the center of rotation to the new spot, right? So for example, let's do, I don't know, which one you want to do first, D or C? C? Okay, let's do C. So from C to the center of rotation, right? From C to the center of rotation. So that's from here to here. The center of rotation is -2, 3. So let's see. Rise over run is slope, right? Don't forget, slope is rise over run. Don't mix it up. We're not counting coordinates, we're counting slope. Okay, so from C to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So the slope is going to be, it's going to be -7 because it's like negative slope, right? 7, and then going to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah? So by counting the slope this way, we actually have the slope and we have the distance. Because we have to be the same distance after we rotate. So our new slope is going to be 5/7. So we're going to start at the center of rotation and count to our new location for, you know, the rotation of this. So starting here, going up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Oh, and that would be C prime. Yes? Same.
If it's counterclockwise, why wouldn't you count to the left?
Counterclockwise, why wouldn't I count to the left?
Yeah, if you're going to rotate it counterclockwise.
Well, I'm going counterclockwise, so I want it over here. Right? And a positive slope, from here a positive slope is up and to the right. If I went up and to the left, then that would be a negative slope. Yes, ma'am.
What would you be doing differently if you were going to do it clockwise?
If I was going to do it clockwise, then I would want it over here, right? So I would be doing, so that's a really good question. So like this point right here, the way I found A is, let's see, A was in a slope of -3/2, so I'd do 2/3, but I would go down and left, and that still makes it a positive slope because I would want it over here. That's a good question. Felipe, you understand what her question was? You sure? Yeah? Jesus, you understand what her question was? Okay. What about, oh, I don't know. Denise, do you understand what her question was? Because it was a really good question. Her question was, okay, look, this is a counterclockwise rotation. What if it was a clockwise rotation? How would I use, like, for point A, how would I use this information? That was her question, right? So the thing is, you'd have to recognize if you're going clockwise, then it's going to be over here somewhere. Right? Because if I rotate clockwise, it's going to be like over there somewhere, right? So how would I use 2/3 to make A over here somewhere? So 2/3 starting from here, I want it, it's positive, right? So I could go down 2 and then left 1, 2, 3, and that's still a positive slope from here to here. And I still have the same distance. Yes, ma'am?
What if you had -2/3 and you had to find clockwise? If A was -2.
Then it'd be +3/2. So you just take the reciprocal and the opposite sign. Yeah.
For example, if you get like 2/3 and you were to change it to get the counterclockwise, would you just add the negative one?
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with clockwise or counterclockwise. So the reason that these are negative reciprocals is because, check this out. So this line right here and this line right here are perpendicular. They have slopes that are negative reciprocals. That's perpendicular means 90 degrees. That's a 90-degree rotation. So I'm using the fact that the slopes of perpendicular lines have negative reciprocals to find the location of the new points. It has nothing to do with clockwise or counterclockwise. It has to do with 90 degrees.
So the negative sign doesn't have to do with the reverse, it just means that it's...
Uh-huh. Ah, yeah. Yep. Yes, ma'am.
If you're rotating at 180 degrees...
Oh, 180 degrees. We'll get to that in a second. Let's find our last point, D. D is, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's negative 2 over 4 is for D, right? So I would have to change that and use positive 4 over 2. So positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, right there. So it would look like, here's my new shape. And you guys understand that these lines I drew right here were just to explain about the perpendicularness, right? Okay. So, any questions about 90 degrees? Do you understand why I did negative reciprocals of those slopes? Yeah? You sure, Adiam? So what about 180 degrees? You're not going to use the slope at all. Well, I guess you could. Let's see. Do you see, like, if we rotated this 180 degrees about that point, D would be on the bottom of it, and B would be on the top? Because if you rotate it like this 180 degrees, it's flipped over. Oh, there we go, there. Right? So, So you still count how far away from here to there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, wait. 1, 2, and 3, right? This is 2 and 3. So I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be right here. That's where A prime would be. You see what I mean? So, Adiam, is that what you were talking about when you said counting the slope? Yeah. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1, 2, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's where D prime is going to be. And you do that same thing for B and C, correct? Yeah. Okay. Lauren, what's your question? It's at the origin. It's up 2 and over 3. Rise over run. Y over X. It's not over 3, or it's not over 2 and up 3. It's slope. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, because if I did, that's, in fact, this is what I would mess up myself, is I'm so used to plotting points by coordinates, by X comma Y, that I'm not using that to find these points at all. I'm using the slope. I'm counting slope. Okay. No, up 5 over 7. Yeah, up 5. So like from C to the center of origin, or center of rotation, from C to here it's a slope of negative 7/5. So I have to rotate 90 degrees. That would be 5, 7. So I go up 5 and over 7 because it's rise over run. The slope is rise over run. Yeah. Okay.